Hello and welcome to another edition of Impact TV. I'm Kevin Hilton, the CEO of Impact, and today I'm joined with Eric Dean, the General President of the Iron Workers, and Bill Brown, the Management Co-Chairman of Impact, also the CEO of Ben-Hur Construction of St. Louis, Missouri. So we're going to talk a little bit about the past year and then what we have on tap for next year. So let me throw the first salvo out, and whoever wants to take it can take it. What did we do well this year from an impact perspective?
I could tell you that my first time as being president and chairing the impact meeting, I've been to many as participant in the crowd, and then I became general secretary and I sat at the head table. And by chairing the meeting, the content that we offer at our annual meeting, both in the general sessions and in the workshops, every year I walk away thinking, well, how can we top that? And I can honestly tell you, I thought there was enough content for the owners, for the actual contractors, and for the labor leaders. And I really think I challenge us to try and do better this year, and I know we will. But I always wonder how we're going to dig deeper, because I was really impressed with the menu. In fact, I yell at you privately sometimes about crowding the menu on the general sessions and the workshops. But the workshops, when you got people arguing that we don't offer them enough or in repetitive times so that they can get in them, it tells you there's an interest for the content that we have. So
that's a great segue into saying we'll see you March 19th through the 22nd in lovely San Diego, California at the Sheraton Hilton Marina. If you think it was good last year and in past years, you're really going to be blown away. Bill?
Well, as you recall, we broke 1,100 this year at the conference. And as you and I were talking the other day, we're planning on doing substantially better than that. So your invitation, I hope, is well received, because if we don't do better, it comes out of Kevin's bonus. So.
Everyone knows that we had our biannual apprenticeship competition this year in Houston, Texas. And I always get excited every 2 years. We made it a one time, and now we're going to do it again. We're going to bring those competitors to our competition. We believe they're the future leaders of our organization, both labor leaders, superintendents, and foremen. So we'll be excited to have their enthusiasm, and they'll be able to tell firsthand, the rank and file members, when they go home, the actual content that's available at the meetings.
Absolutely. Yeah. So what do you think we did well this year?
Well, if I had a greatest hits list, I'd have to get to the Vicki O'Leary piece of what happened, getting her on board and getting her started.
Fill in our viewers who Vicki O'Leary is.
Well, she's our expert on diversity, and she's also a safety expert. She's located in Chicago, but she travels all over North America. And what she's trying to help contractors do is address this whole worker shortage, knowing that we have several qualified or could be qualified women out there who we just aren't actively pinging on. And that's part of her job, is to help get women and minorities, ethnic mix, to make us look more like North America, number one, which I think is the right thing to do. But secondly, we need their help.
Yeah. So Vicki O'Leary is kind of a historic figure from the ironworker perspective.
Well, as I became general president, I looked up and down the roster of the various staff that I had, and it became glaringly apparent that we had no female downstream or anywhere on staff. So I looked around. I put the word out to the district council presidents that I was looking for someone that would meet the bill on the diversity piece. And I had known Vicki coming from Chicago, and knew she worked for the city of Chicago, and she had quite a safety background. And at the same time, safety, which is a downstream funded by Impact, was clamoring for additional help and support. So I thought, what a great hire. She'd fit two bills. She comes with a subject matter expert on safety, and while she wasn't a labor leader, she can evolve into the recruitment piece. And quite frankly, she's a 30-year journeyman iron worker. She knows the trade, and she could help us and help the contractors meet their hiring requirements, but really broaden our diversity period, just because it's what's expected of us.
Yeah.